Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, so uh, this is Jay Prakash from SmartInternz. We have our team uh, Gayatri, and we have Mr. Hemant and Mr. Vinay, who would be coordinating with you. Yeah, so let me just understand the audience first. So, can you all just put in chat from which college you are and your year of passing or the current year? Okay, first years, second. Okay, mostly first years, I guess. Okay, okay. PIT, PIT. Yeah. Thank you. Also, I could understand that most of them are from first years, and there are few second years as well. Anyways, let us start the Build-A-Thon. So, thank you all for being part of this wonderful event. Uh, it's great to have you all for this session. So, IBM Build-A-Thon is a kind of program that we have launched many months back, and this is not the first time we are doing it. So we have executed it in a very successful way in the month of September also, and the currently also there is one separate build-a-thon going on, which has already started. So this build-a-thon is kind of a program where students would be able to start their journey of on the emerging technologies like AI, ML, and IoT. And then they would be in a position to build a sample or build a basic project with the help of knowledge gained from hands-on sessions that we organize. So it's basically, overall, it's a 15 days of program. So let me just show you the structure. Yeah, hope you're able to see my screen. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have 5 days of hands-on sessions, which would be starting from today. So from today, 5 days, you'll be having hands-on sessions on AI, ML, and IoT topics. Followed by that, you'll have 10 days of mentor-guided project build-a-thon. So where we would list out a few projects on these emerging technologies, and you can choose any one project on which you wanted to work on. And then with the support of mentor, you would be given 10 days of duration to complete the project and submit to us. So our mentors from the backend utilizing SmartInternz platform. So we would be evaluating your projects, reviewing your projects, and then they would issue project build-a-thon certificate. So remember one thing, guys, like only if you complete build-a-thon, only if you complete a project, then you are a successful participant of this build-a-thon. It's not that only you attend 5 days session and then you don't do any project. That doesn't mean you are completing this program. Okay, remember this. So you have to put in your 15 days of time so that you can completely work on the project and complete this program. So yeah, coming to the company, so I represent SmartBridge. So we are an edtech company. based out in Hyderabad, mostly in India, and we have operations in US and Singapore as well. So we basically deal with academia, that means colleges. So we are upskilling students on various technologies like AI, ML, IoT, blockchain, cybersecurity, etc. Through various programs of ours, we organize summer and winter internship programs. We do lots of activities. So Build-A-Thon is one of our key program that we do, and this Build-A-Thon is in collaboration with IBM. So in association with IBM, we are executing this Build-A-Thon program for you all. So it's a great opportunity for you all to kickstart your career on this emerging technologies and start working on a particular uh, technology so that you can grow yourself in the coming years. So once you're out of the college, you would be in a position to take up a job role that clearly defines your learnings. So, without making much delay, I would introduce our trainer for the day, Ms. Gayatri, to take over the session and start uh, driving the students on emerging technologies. So, good day, guys. Hope you will have great learning. So, try to be consistent in these 5 days of session. So, these hands-on sessions are very much valuable for you in order to develop the project during the build-a-thon. So, I request everyone to stick to the timelines, stick to the session every day. Every day you'll have session from 3 to 6. So try to attend regularly and participate in this build-a-thon and take away the benefits that you get. Take away the learning outcomes that would be getting. So thank you all. Thank you all once again. So this is Jay Prakash signing off. Gayatri, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, hello, all of you. Very good afternoon. I hope my voice is audible and is clear without any disturbances, right? I request all of you to be very much interactive. I don't want this session to be one way. So, if you have anything, I mean, like when I'm asking any questions, it will be mostly yes or no. Please write it onto the chat so that I'll understand whether you're following me or not. Also, let me know if in any case you are not able to view my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Great. So today we'll be starting the session with something called as cognitive computing. Anybody who heard the term cognitive computing? Okay, so let's wait for the chat to stop for a minute because I'm not understanding whether this question is for my voice or it's for the cognitive computing. Is it still lagging? I don't think there is any problem from my end. Anybody facing the same issue? Okay, fine. Okay. So if anywhere, if you're facing an issue with my voice, please let me know on the chat so that I can correct it immediately. People, if you are not able to hear me, please check out your mics. I don't think it's any problem from my end. So please check out your internet connection and your sound. Sorry. Okay. So I think we shall start the session now. Uh, Anybody who is having any excuse me, anybody who has any knowledge on what is cognitive computing? What do you mean by cognitive computing? Please don't copy it from Google and paste it. Please, if you know, please let me know that you are your voice. I mean, like you know the answer. But if you don't know, say no. But don't copy it from Google. Okay. Okay. Technology which is related to AI/ML. No idea. So most of you don't have any idea. How many of you heard this term cognitive skills? How many of you heard this term cognitive skills in your day-to-day life, normally in your college, schools? What did it mean? What did it mean by cognitive skills? What do you mean by cognitive skill? Never heard. Okay. I'll make you hear today, no worries. Something related to brain. Okay. Something related to brain thinking and then connecting this with computer. Okay. Okay. Never heard. I know incognito tab. Great. Okay. Yes. So, as most of you rightly said, it is something intellectual. Oh my god. I got a very big answer. That's from Google, definitely. Anyhow, just making things very clear, as most of you said, that is something related to your. Okay, just wait. Don't answer anything on chat. Right. So it is something related to your intellectual skills. Okay. It is something related to your intellectual skill things. Something which is about your brain. Okay. So how your brain thinks, how your brain works. Okay. People, I request you not to talk any other stuff on the chat. Please make it relate to the content. If not, please don't answer on the chat because it disturbs my attention. Okay. So please make sure you don't type anything else on the chat. Anyhow, so it is something related to your brain. Okay. Then, ma'am, when it is related to brain, why are we talking about this now? Can anybody relate? How could now, when you know cognitive skills are something which are related to your brain, the way you think, the way you do work, how do you think? What do you think could be cognitive computing? Anybody? What do you think could be cognitive computing? When cognitive skills are the skills which your brain possesses, then what is cognitive computing? Answers on the chat, please. Just tell me your understanding about it. When machine tries to think like human. Yes, Samarjit Singh. Right. So cognitive computing is something where machine tries to think like human. Okay. So you are giving your cognitive ability to a machine, then it becomes cognitive computing. Everybody got my point? Something the computer is processing on its own like a human. Yes, yes. Okay. Got it, everybody. Is it clear what is cognitive computing? Is it something where we are making the machine think like a human being, like us? Okay, done. I hope this is clear till here, right? Uh, Please don't message privately because I want all your friends also to see what you are typing because at times I'll answer your questions, right? So if they'll not know the question, they'll directly know the answer, which will confuse them. So please select everyone in two and then type the answers in your chat box so that everybody can view the answers which you are typing. Okay.
Gayatri, we have changed the permission so they can only chat with you. So whenever someone asks you any question, you can read it out and then answer.
Okay, done. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. Fine, done. So directly put it to me. Right. So now let us go and look. What caused this? Why do we have to come to this level? Why do we have to make machine think like human? And how disruptions happen? How this change came? Okay, where we started, where are we today? That we are going to look. We are in which revolution today? What is the revolution which is running today now currently? Which revolution are we in? Industrial 4.0 something. Okay. So we are in the era of revolution 4.0 and we see that there are a lot of changes, right? From the beginning till now. How many of you could imagine your life without internet now in this current era? Yeah, we are completely digitalized, right? How many of you can imagine your life without internet? Imagine your life without phone. Keeping internet aside, without phone. Definitely none of us, right? So, you know, part and parcel of our life, we became like we are mostly addicted and we are almost 24 by 7 we are with our mobile phones. It's okay if we don't have people around us, but it is not okay if you are not with your phones, right? Not even a single hour you can spend without your phone, right? So there was a time when you don't have a mobile phone or a telephone, right? Yes or no? There was a time when you don't have your mobile phones or telephones. But we came to a world today where there is no one without a mobile phone or a telephone. Definitely there is, smallest phone at least with them. Yes or no? Don't you think this is a change from that time to this time? Now, uh, let us talk about a invention. Okay, how do you think? In the beginning, there used. How do you think people used to travel in the beginning? Buses, no, bullock carts by foot. Okay, walking by foot or bullock carts, right? So there used to be, a wagon which was tied with wheels. Okay, and on it they used to travel. There used to be a horse which used to pull it. Right? Yes, horses, which used to pull the wagon. Right? That later what happened slowly, that wagon, that particular setup now got changed into a car, right? Which is driven by a, how is it car driven? It is driven by an engine. Yes, after that, after the wagon, they invented the wheels, then they came cars, and now what not we have for traveling, right? So this is a disruption. Okay, so a car driven by an engine and a wheel. Okay, the wagon which is tied with wheel. Do you think how do you relate yourself today if you are in the world where you are given horses, wagon, and wheels? How do you think your life would be? Normally, when we have bikes and cars, we don't reach college on time. Imagine you going on a horse tied with that wagon, big one, right? It's funny. It's definitely funny, right? So, see, what I'm trying to say is how the things have got changed, the tremendous change which we have seen. Okay, so see, let me take a few examples. Okay, how many of you use taxis? How many of you use taxis? Taxi or Uber Ola? The so-called taxis or Uber Ola. How many of you prefer Uber Ola over taxis? Who, wherever it is available. If not, I can't help. But generally, Uber or Ola because it is more convenient. Don't you think Uber Ola has disrupted the taxi industry? Yes. Do you think Uber or Ola owns cars with them? Do you think Uber or Ola owns cars? Then how do they run this big industry of, yes, they hire drivers on commission basis. Yes, right? So Uber does not have cars with it. How do you think taxi industry runs? How do you think taxi industry runs? So they have cars with them, few cars they own. okay, or they take in rents, and then they give it to the drivers for uh, you know going in the city and taking rides, right? But coming to Uber, thing, and then they take commission on like if you take one ride, this is the amount of commission which you have to give it to me, right? Everybody, even the drivers, they prefer Ola or Uber more than they prefer taxi industry, right? More than they prefer the taxi industry, they prefer Ola or Uber, because it is an advantage to the driver. Okay, so they are not working under somebody. It's they are free. If they want to go on one ride, they'll go on one ride and then leave. Okay, there are no fixed timings or anything. It's up to them. How much ever they want to do, they will do. Okay. Coming to the taxi industry, it's not like that. Also, people will prefer Ola, Uber more because it is comfortable. From their smartphone, on one click, they book a car. Okay, it comes in front of your house. You go to your destination. Okay, no waiting, no 100 phone calls, no much problem. Okay, Aditya, it takes 3 clicks, not one. Yes, there is nothing called as double meter. Yeah. So you have pre-booking options. Okay. So a lot of flexibility is available. Right. That's the reason Uber has taken over the taxi industry. Then now, how many of you listen to music here? Can you tell me how many of you listen to music? Most of us, right? All of us, almost we listen to music. How do you listen to music? Do you listen to music on radio? Anybody who listens to music on radio? Definitely not. We use Spotify. We have YouTube Music. We have Ghana, Wink, whatnot. Right? We have many other apps. Hangama, yes. So using all these applications, we listen to the music. But don't you think, previously when you have to listen to music, what you used to do? Radio, or what you will have CDs or tapes. How many of you know about these tapes, tape recorders, where you have the tape of that songs? So you put, yes. So yes. So all these industries, don't you think, has got disrupted because of Spotify or any other music app? Definitely. So this is one more disruption. Okay. Then how do you generally talk to your friends? How do you talk to your friends, like interaction? Discord, WhatsApp, on social media, WhatsApp, yeah, mobile, text. How many of you send a text message to your friend? How many of you send a text message, SMS to your friends? I mean, like for general communication, like, hi, how are you? Had your breakfast? Do you do for this? Do you send an SMS to your friends? Continuous messages if you have, like if you want to have a long conversation. For the people who were saying, ma'am, I use SMSs today, do you do it for the long conversations? Okay, so there are people who don't accept even. No problem if you don't, but still, we use our social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatnot, Telegram. We have almost everything, right? So we use only SMS when we don't have our data. And that too, ask your mom or dad or your friend to uh, you know update your data pack or something. Only for that we use SMS, or you get SMS from the bank saying showing your transactions. Mostly only for this. I don't think we use it regularly for communication. I don't use it, at least. I don't know about others, but definitely I don't use it. So communicating has changed so much, right? Yes, or to reject calls. For rejecting calls also we use SMS. So the way we communicate, that has changed a lot. right? So previously we used to communicate through text. I mean, like, there was a time when there was no communication. It was happening through letters. Once in a while, you write a letter. Then it slowly changed when you got a small phone. You started little texting. That is still back. Then you have telephones. Then came the world where you have a small phone where you can text, send SMS. Then now you came to a world where you communicate on Facebook most. I'm using Facebook because it is from a long time, right? So you use Facebook, right? So it has changed. Uh, you know, People used to have talk time in order to talk to their friends and send SMSs. Now we all have unlimited plans only, which is having data per day 1.5 GB at least. Yes or no? We can't even imagine if we don't have 1 GB of data per day, right? Coming to how you search for things. Previously, if you have any questions, what do you used to do? You used to go to your library, find in books. But today, what do you do? Whatever question might be, simply Google it. And nowadays we are more, what do we call, lazy. We don't Google it also. We use our assistant. We say search this for me. It has to read out the, yes, Alexa, Siri, right? So we are all updated. We don't now go to library. Not even our college library. I don't think you people go to your college library also. Once in a while might be, just to have a visit or talk to your friend, right? So that's how Google has taken over, lot of things. It has changed the way we use internet. Nice place to search things, library. So then, how many of you love watching movies? How many of you love watching movies? Everybody, right? Yes. How many of you watch movies in theaters? Okay, almost everybody. Now, during the lockdown, how are you watching movies? OTT, right? Netflix, Prime, what else? Not watching movies, okay. Hotstar, right? So we are using our OTT platforms, right? So previously there was a stage where we used to buy CDs. How many of you know this? I mean, like, have heard about it from your parents saying that we used to buy CDs of movies, put it and watch them. I don't think we are doing it. Definitely, we have never seen that kind of state, I hope. But at least our parents. Okay, until 2012, you what? 2006, you used to. Okay. Before that, I never watched so much. I'm watching it from past few years, might be that's the reason. So we never used CDs much, but our parents, especially, they find a lot of difference. Okay, you have to go to theater and watch the movie. Otherwise, after a while, you used to get the CD of the movie. They used to get the CD on rental basis, or they used to buy the CD. Yeah, the cassettes or the CDs or VCDs, whatever it is, and then they used to put in watch the movies. We use the OTT platforms, right? So that is how disruption has started. But then why are we talking about all these disruptions? Why are we talking about all these disruptions? See, it is very much important for us to know how is this disruption happening. We have to, we are experiencing this change again and again, right? So we have to know, predict on what basis these changes are happening, and based on it, we have to evolve ourselves, right? So we are going to discuss about the three fundamental, what do we call, forces or the fundamental things because of which this disruption has happened. As many of you rightly said, the first one is the connectivity. Okay, so as we have the connectivity has increased a lot. The way we connect with people, we have increased a lot. The amount of data available has also increased like anything. Yes or no? The amount of data has also increased like anything. Now, when the amount of data has increased, definitely that will have to be processed and used, right? So, there comes the need, for potential harness. You have to use that particular data potentially. Okay. So then we have the capabilities which has increased a lot. Okay. Data has increased. Yeah. Okay. 1 second, Akriti. Okay. Akriti, I'll tell the team. They will look into. Okay. Just wait for some time. Okay. So the second one is the capabilities. Okay. So what are the capabilities? Previously there was, the capability of a machine was not so much. Okay. So what happened? You had less capability. What happens if the data is way much for computing? Okay, ma'am, data is same mostly. I think the thing which has increased is availability. Okay. See, I'll give you an example about data. Why am I saying data has increased is previously you did not have smartphones. Yes or no? Previously you did not have smartphones. When you don't have smartphones, was there any way in which you could send photos like what you are doing today? Every now and then you click 10 pictures and send them to your friends. Make TikTok videos, reels, what not we do today, right? Every now and then this happens. Okay, so for a minute, if you take, almost throughout the world, lot of people are, sending lot of data, right? Posters, let it be posters, or let it be videos or anything. You also have these shares where, where you get this information like share this photo to 10 people and you will listen to a good news. I don't think this was there previously. I don't think this was there previously. So all this data is now increased, right? You have a lot of YouTubers who vlog their lives, put it into the YouTube. Okay, you have lot of content. You talk with your friends. How many of you spent your time lot of, I mean, like mostly in chatting with your friends from getting up till you sleep back? What you do is you talk to your friends. Lot of information, right? Lot of information has to be processed, networking, everything. So not only that, on Facebook and all, you find lot of posts every now and then. Every now and then, you find lot of posts in Instagram, right? So that's the reason I'm saying data has increased. Okay, previously also data would have been there, but it was not shared. Okay, might be. Okay, they did not have this passion for clicking pictures every now and then, but now it is there. Okay, so that's the reason what I'm saying. That's the reason I'm saying the data has increased. Once the data has increased, there came the need for the increase in capabilities to process the data. Okay, when we started processing the data, we came up with few capabilities to, in order to reduce the human effort And those capabilities are machine learning capabilities or natural language understanding. See, what I say is, from our laziness started the technology. How many of you agree with me? With our laziness, the technology has started growing further, right? All of us have to agree, because when we don't find our spectacles or our keys or something, the first thing which comes into our mind is, oh my god, I hope there is some device which will find my spectacles and keys. Okay, directly it will tell where the thing is. Okay, then whenever we have to turn on or turn off our fans, we'll feel, why do I have to go till the switchboard? I hope there should be something from where I can turn on or turn off our phone. I mean, like from my phone itself, right? So this is where the inventions and innovations, our IoT came into picture. Okay, so we are tired to book our appointments also, right? So for that, then we wanted a assistant for us who can do most of our tasks. Alexa came in, Google Assistant came in. Most of our tasks are now, through our speech. We give a speech input, processes it, does the task, and then gives us the output. Right? Yes or no? So this is how the capabilities have increased. Then once the capabilities started increasing, the data is furthermore growing and the capabilities of the machine are not sufficient. Okay, so now came in the cloud, which is giving you the capabilities in the form of APIs, in the form of services. Okay, so now you need not own anything, because not everybody is able to afford to buy a very high end laptop in order to perform the tasks, right? So for that, cloud came into picture and it said, okay, if you are not able to afford a high end laptop or a system, it's okay, just give me whatever, I mean, how much ever you are using. For that, pay me, and I will give you the things which you want. Let it be your hardware capabilities like the processing capability, the storage, or let it be your services. Okay, anything I will give you in the form of APIs. Right. So these are the three fundamental things which led to the what do you call innovation. Right. Yes. So API means application program interface, which will give you your application in one single link. Okay. Now am I audible? Don't worry, people. I'm there. Right. Okay. Now, now that we have understood the factors, now we will go ahead and understand cognitive computing in the first place. Okay. This is way more important. Okay. What is cognitive computing? Can anybody tell me what is cognitive computing? What do you understand? Why do you think we have to uh, go to cognitive computing? Yes, computer doing tasks on their own, making computers more intellectual, smart work done by computer. Okay, organize information that makes a result out of it by a computer. Okay, see people, understand. Now that we understood, there is lot of change in the technology. Okay, there is lot of increase in the data and the amount of capabilities and all. Now there are certain tasks which human has to do. Yes or no? The analyzing part and all, which human actually does. Yes or no? Now, if you were asked to read a book which is containing 500 pages, how many days will you take? Around 2 days, 3 days, or based, if you are very, if you still want, it will take around 10 days to complete reading, understanding completely that book. Yes or no? Now, imagine if you have to analyze the data which every second world is producing. How much time will it take? Can you tell me how much time will it take in order to analyze the data which is generated every minute or every second? It will take lot of time. That's the reason, as the data is increasing so much, what we have to do is the processing which a human can do, the kind of processing power must be given to a machine so that it can do the task way more better than a human. Okay. See, when you start reading a book, for example, in the beginning you will be very much interested, and if it is a very interesting book, that's fine. Okay, but if it is a book which you don't like, if it is a topic which you don't like at all, and if you still have to read it, what will you do? First few pages it will be fine, but going further, you won't feel like reading it. Even if you are reading it, the understanding will be less. You read one line 10 times in order to understand it properly, right? And so in that way you don't get the proper output. Yes or no? You become tired first thing. Okay, so after a certain amount of time you feel vexed, you don't want to read it at all, right? So, but if you give the same book to a machine, do you think it will say this is the subject which I don't like, I don't want to read this, I'll not read it, or something like that? Definitely not, right? It will not get tired. Okay, give it any amount of data, how much of a big book you want to give, you give it. Give it any topic, but it will definitely not get tired, and the result will be same. Yes or no? The result will be same always. Same in the sense that accurate. The amount of work, let it be, like even if it is really high, the amount of output which it gives is really, really good. The quality will not decrease, right? So that's the reason we give our intelligence, or we train the machine in order to think like a human, to behave like a human, to understand like a human. Okay, so when we talk about cognitive computing, this is where we give the machine the ability to think like a human. Okay, so in order to first make it think like a human, you have to train the model, train the machine. Yes or no? In order for you to become this big and understand the subjects, what happened? You were small sometime, in the beginning when you were born, you were small. You were trained by your parents. Okay, you were taught a lot of things by your parents, then you went to school, from there you learned a lot of things, and then you are whatever you are today. Yes, in a similar way, a machine is at zero when we start. It is at zero when we start. Okay, we start training it with data. We tell, okay, if this kind of things come, you a human reacts like this, so you should react like this. We start training the machine. Okay, and then towards the end it becomes a perfectly learned machine, and then it is able to do tasks, or think like a human. Okay, one such example is fraud detection. Okay, how many of you know what is fraud detection? How many of you know what is fraud detection? Yes, it's an intelligent way to detect frauders. Okay, detecting, prevent false. Okay, transaction and detects the frauds. Yes. See, frauds in the sense something which is going wrong. Okay, detecting something which is not in proper form. Okay, which is not right. Okay, so that is what is your fraud detection. So coming to fraud detection, what we are trying to do is, now see, day in day out, how many of you go to ATMs and draw money from your ATMs? How many transactions happen in a day? You tell me. Not from you, but generally, how many transactions might happen from an account in a bank? Millions and billions, right? Now, from all these transactions, how many of you think everything is going perfect? And how many of you think, yes, ma'am, I can sit and say and like and check all these billion transactions whether they are going right or wrong? How many of you? No one can, right? There comes the need of a machine. Okay. In a minute, there are a lot of transactions which will happen parallelly at a time. Okay. There are a lot of transactions which will happen at a time. Okay. When these transactions happen, a human alone or in a group cannot actually guess whether this is correct or not. Okay. Here comes the need of a machine which will detect the frauds. Okay, it is fast enough, it is capable enough, it is not tired any point of time to understand, to take the input and check whether it is a right to, I mean, like it's a proper transaction or is a fraudulent transaction. Okay, so that is one example of cognitive computing where a machine is used to detect the frauds. Okay, then we have customer targeting where you have a lot of customers with your company, for suppose. Okay, so how many of you observe this, whenever you buy an electronic item, similar kind of products, you buy electronic item, you start getting mails. Okay, so people who bought this also bought this. Okay, so you can also buy this product. Yes or no? What is happening there? Do you think everybody, I mean, like, there is a person who is sitting and monitoring each and every transaction and saying, yeah, this lady bought this, so I'll give her a recommendation for a jewelry? Definitely not, right? There is some way in which they are tracking you. Okay, so there is something through which, there is a machine which is doing all these things. Okay, who is looking at your transactions and telling, okay, this can be recommended for this person. Yes or no? So they are your recommended systems where customer targeting also happens. Like, if you have bought, if you are a very good customers, they give you little offs and all based on your purchase data, right? Your purchase data and also others' purchase data, everything is mixed. So in a similar way, you have a lot of other examples like the crop yields for medical images, for smart offices, autonomous vehicles, and then fraud. Okay, so going further, we'll understand how we changed from imagination to innovation. Okay, so we imagine to do a lot of things, yes or no? Day in, day out, we imagine a lot of things happening, right? How I mean, like, we have turned imagination into innovation. We, in the sense, not we, the humans. Okay, there are great people sitting out there who turn their imagination into innovation. How many of you, okay, you are not fourth year students, right? How many of you in your college uh, spoke to your fourth year senior, I mean, like, your seniors, fourth year students of your college? How many of you had a talk with them? How many of them are feeling bad because they don't have a proper convocation, farewell? No one. Okay, then I can't do anything. Fine, but I don't know how many of you had talked with them, but they will definitely feel bad because their convocation is not proper. Okay, they might not have went to college, but that one last time when they are receiving that degree, that's a special moment for everybody. Okay, so you might not. Yes, but there is one particular college which made students feel special. They did not feel students low. They did not make the students feel low of missing their convocation. Okay, they did it virtually. How did they do it? Yes, first year student. Yes, most of you are first years, right? So you might be. How many of you are sad because you don't have a proper fresher party? Nobody has a fresher party here, I hope, right? Yes. So all of you are almost very sad about it, right? So coming to the convocation part, um, IITB, they what did they do is they made a virtual convocation. How did they give this virtual convocation? How many of you saw that video? Yeah, most of us would be expecting on Zoom, but it was not like that. Okay, it was not like that. Okay, it was it was a person who was standing. If I was to get the convocation, then I was made stand on the stage. Okay, and then I received my certificate virtually like that. Okay, my hologram was present. Okay, so that's how convocation happened. So it was an imagination of somebody which said virtually if the person could be present there, okay, that video at least will make him happy, seeing himself on the screen. Okay, he was more like that person, and it was there on the stage, right? So the professor gives him the medal. How happy he would be, right? So it was one of the innovations which turned into innovations. Not only this, we have many more. Taking your simple smartphone, okay, it was the imagination somewhere back where when there was no telephone at all, then there somebody was imagining that there should be something using which people can have to communicate, and then came the innovation of a telephone, innovated telephone, right? Okay, so it's all just the beginning. We have a lot of things which will be coming up in future, but this is how we turn cognitive computing. Through cognitive computing, we turn our imagination into innovations. Okay, so while things which can't happen actually, we are making them happen. So before we go further, we'll try to look at the significant innovations which happened, and then we'll look into. So in the beginning, in 1950s, we have the Turing test where we tested whether machine is really capable of behaving like a human. Okay, so that was the first test which happened in 1950s. Okay, but the it was not successful because the amount of data which was happening there. Yes, Alan Turing test it is. So the amount of data which we had at that point was not uh, that much enough. Okay, so then going further in 1956 in the Dartmouth conference, John McCarthy named the term, coined a term called artificial intelligence. Okay, so where a machine is given the intelligence of a human. Then we have our first chatbot in 1966, that is Eliza. How many of you know what is a chatbot? How many of you here know what is a chatbot? Great. So most of you know what is a chatbot, right? So chatbot is the one which is used to chat. Okay, a robot which chats in simple way. Okay. So the first chatbot was made in 1966. Going further, in 1972, we have the Waybot. Waybot was the first humanoid robot which was designed by Japan. Okay, so it was named Waybot 1. Okay, then in 1997, we have IBM Deep Blue. How many of you know what is IBM Deep Blue? Yes, it was a chess robo. Okay, it was a chess robo which could beat the chess champion of them. Okay, it was the first robot which could beat the human champion, and I don't think we turned back any day from then. Okay, so IBM came with IBM Watson, an intelligent supercomputer which could do a lot of tasks in a very little time. Then we have Google now, Amazon Echo, self-driving cars, and whatnot. Okay, and from then on, we never looked back. The innovations are really fast. Every now and then, we get a new thing which comes in. How many of you heard people saying, I learned this technology? By the time you completely get versed with that technology, that technology becomes the old one. Okay, it's no more use. There is something else which is in trending now. How many of you heard this say by your brothers, sisters, or any of your friends? By the time you completely understand something and you are ready to use it, it becomes the one which is not that much trending now. Okay, so every now and then you have new things coming up, right? So significant innovations, there are many more which I did not list. I listed few of them. Okay, but there are many more. Okay, so now let us go and understand what are cognitive skills and what is cognitive and what are cognitive skills. This we discussed already. Okay, so cognitive is what, which involves your mental activities. Okay, something which involves your conscious mental activities. They are called as cognitive. That is called as cognitive, and that inside that we have thinking, understanding, learning, remembering, whatnot. Okay, what are cognitive skills? The skills which your brain possesses to do those cognitive activities like thinking, understanding, learning, whatever skills your brain possesses, those skills are called cognitive skills. Okay, shall I proceed, or do you have any queries? Now, let us look at some of the features of cognitive system. Okay, so the first feature of cognitive system is the cognitive system, whichever you are. Okay, the cognitive system which we are talking about should be adaptive. Okay, what do you mean by adaptiveness of a cognitive system? People, I request all of you to please turn off your cameras. Okay, and mics, please don't turn them on in between because it is disturbing students in between. Okay, so please don't turn on your cameras. Please make sure your cameras are turned off. Okay, right. So changing according to necessary conditions, the system modifies itself with the need of R. Okay, should change its behavior as per situation. Ability to change according to task and problem. Yes, right. So our human brain is capable of talking, okay, or behaving based on how the surroundings are. We don't go to a place where everybody is crying and we go and laugh. We don't do that. Om Prakash, yes, I'm reading chats in between. Whenever I ask a question, whatever the response is coming, I'm reading them so that you can understand what your friends are saying. People, are you facing any issues? Do you want me not to read the chats, or is it fine? Okay, great. Okay, thank you very much. So let us proceed. Right. So adaptiveness. Okay. The first one is what? Adaptiveness. We humans, we don't go to a place where somebody is crying and we don't go there and smile. We don't laugh there, right? We get adapted to the surroundings, saying everybody is sad, so there is something bad which is happening. So I should, if I don't, if I, even if I'm not feeling sad, I should at least stay quiet, but I should not laugh there. We have this common sense, yes or no? How many of you go to a place where everybody is crying and you go and laugh? Nobody actually. Anybody who does that, they call us cruel if you do that. So we never do such kind of things, right? So we are adaptive to the surrounding. When everybody is laughing, you don't go sit in between and cry. Okay, we know that's a happy situation, and then we try to make it more happy, right? So we adapt to the situation. Okay, the way somebody speaks to you, in the same way you respond to them. If they are angry, you are angry. Your response is also in that tone. Okay, if they're happy, if they're normal, chilled out, asking you properly, then your response is also like that. Yes or no? So that is what is adaptiveness. In the similar way, we have to make the machine understand and adapt to the surrounding. What I mean by adapting here is, it doesn't mean the way it talks. Okay, here it means based on the situation. Okay, so how it has to react. Like if suppose it is giving you a response, when you say, assistant, I am very sad, and it gives you some, without being in context, if it gives some random response to you in a very normal normal message, will you feel good? You'll feel more depressed because nobody is listening to you. Your assistant is not listening to you. Yes or no? Your Siri, Alexa, or something, right? So it is very much important for you to be adaptive. In similar way, the machine also should be adaptive in order to, yeah, it tells us a joke. Yes. So whenever you say you're bored or you're not happy, it tells you a joke. Why is it telling you a joke? To cheer you up. Okay. So it is adapting to the situation that you are not happy, and it is reacting accordingly. Right? When you say you are sad and it gives you some sad story again, you'll feel sad, you'll start feeling more sad. So that's the reason it has to make itself a little adaptive so that it can adapt to the surroundings. Then we have interactiveness. We as humans interact with the people around us. Yes or no? We as humans will interact with people who are around us. In the same way, machine has to interact with its devices, all the devices. Like now, take IoT as an example. Okay, just give me a second, people. I just have an important call. Just a second. Yeah. So as we interact with the surroundings, okay, in the similar way, we have to make the machine interact with the devices which are connected to it. Okay, so it has to interact with the cloud if required. It has to interact with the users who are trying to use it. Okay, if suppose your assistant doesn't interact with you, you just give input to it. Will it be good? Will it be good if you just give inputs to it and you're not receiving any response from it? Definitely not, right? We want it to interact with the user. We want it to interact with the cloud which it is connected with. We want it to interact with the devices which it is connected. Okay, so the cognitive system which you are developing should be interactive in nature. It should be adaptive. It should be interactive. Then IoT is Internet of Things. Okay, IoT is Internet of Things. We'll discuss about IoT in a separate session. Don't worry. Okay, I'll give you a very detailed explanation of what is IoT, how to connect devices, and all. Okay, so Internet is IoT. Sorry, Internet of Things is IoT. Right now, the next one is iterative and statefulness. Okay, what do you mean by iterative and statefulness? Is see, day in day out. Uh, See, for suppose you are communicating with me. Okay, you are communicating with me. Whatever I spoke today, tomorrow I come to the session and I ask you some question. Okay, will you remember that or not? Will you remember that or not? At least a part of it, right? Not if not completely, at least you will remember the key points which were discussed. You might not remember what is adaptiveness, interactiveness, and statefulness, but at least you will remember. Yeah, this lady mentioned these 3 points. Yes or no? Right. So we are remembering what happened previously. What you ate yesterday, you remember today or not? What was taught to you yesterday, you remember today or not? So we remember what happened to us in the past. Okay. So you remember what happened to you in the past 10 years. Like that, it is important for the cognitive system to understand what happened to it, what were the interactions which happened previously. Okay, so that it can process the information and give you the results. Okay, for suppose you took a decision about something in the past and it went wrong. Same kind of situation came to you today again. Will you take the same wrong decision which you took previously? You try to alter the decision, right, which you took, right? Yes. So that is iterative and statefulness, which will remember the previous interactions, and then based on the previous interaction, it will give you a output today. And then the last one is the context. Okay, contextual. The cognitive system must be contextual. What do you mean by being contextual? Is it should be able to understand in which, yeah, it should be, yes, Archit, learning from the past and predicting the future. Yes. uh, Contextual nature of the cognitive system means in which it is able to understand the context in which you are talking. What do you mean by context? Is related to what it is, the syntax, okay, the time, the location, the profile, everything based on which context you are talking. It has, I mean, like, for suppose today, now I'm talking about what do we call cognitive computing, right? Now I'm talking about cognitive computing, right? If suddenly without any context I bringing some other topic, and if I bringing some other topic and talk about it, will you be able to understand what I'm saying? Suddenly I talk about something else which is not at all related to the topic. Definitely not, right? So that is what is called as cognitive nature. Okay, that is what is called as cognitive nature, sorry, contextual nature of a cognitive system. people, once again I'm reminding you, please don't put unnecessary text on the chat, please. Please don't disturb others with your unnecessary text. uh, Hemant or Vinay, if you are in the session, please look into this, and please again once more, please try to stop text from everyone. I want the settings to be changed, please. Right. So, yeah. So that is what is mean by contextual. You should be in the context in which you are talking. Okay. You should be in the context in which you are talking. Like if I'm talking about the cognitive computing, it should be all related to that, right? It should not go out of the context, and I should not talk about something else randomly, okay, which will deviate me from this topic and you will land in confusion at the end. Okay, so now going ahead, we understood the features of the cognitive system. Now we will have to understand the scope of the cognitive solutions. Okay, we'll understand the scope of the cognitive solutions, like where all you can use the cognitive systems. Okay, first one where you can use is you can use in the engagement. You can use in the engagement. Okay, where, how do you, what do you mean by engagement? Engagement is, see, when I am communicating with you. Okay, so in the beginning of the session, how did Jay start the session with? He tried to understand in which you year you are, right? He started with in which year you are, yes or no? Then once he understood in which year you are, the session continued, like he understood in which college you are from and all, yes or no? So engagement is something where you try to communicate, interact, and try to understand who is the other person. Okay, now if you come to, if you talk about humans, when you are talking with me without knowing my name, my what I am and all, will you listen to me? Definitely not, right? You will first understand who this lady is. Okay, this lady is somebody from SmartBridge who is going to come to you and talk to you about a few topics in the 5 days. She's going to deal with the Build-A-Thon, right? Only after you knew all this information, while you were registering also, you got to know, okay, there is somebody who is going to teach us for 5 days, right? So you got to know me, and then you started listening to me, right? So in the same way, engagement is having interaction, okay, and based on it, collecting the information and processing it or giving the response. Got it, everybody? Did you understand what do you mean by engagement? So you are trying to understand the user with engagement. Got it? Moving further, the next one is what? Decision. Okay, once that you have understood the user, or you have a proper interaction and understood, what do you do now in future? Whenever you are talking, you'll take a decision. See, you have 10 friends with you, for suppose. Okay, in your class you have around 10 people, just an example. Okay, from those 10 people, won't you take a decision of who is your best friend out of all? In the initial days when you joined the college, you talk with all the 10. Okay, you talk with all the 10, you understand who is near to your nature, and based on who is near to your nature, you will take a decision of who is your best friend, who is your close friend, whom you are going to spend your other 4 years with, 3 or 4 years. Yes or no? How many of you accept with me? How many of you accept with me? Answers on the chat.
Hi Gayatri, sorry to interrupt you. We have closed the chat, Gayatri.
Okay, fine. Right. Thank you.
If you have any queries, you can on. If you want the answers, rest of the time we have closed the chat.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Right. So, in decision making, okay, so the next one is in decision making. How do we, what did I say? The first one is engagement, where we communicate, okay, where we try to communicate with the person, okay. So, there are, we get to know the person there and we answer the questions, okay. It is like interaction, okay. Then the second scope of cognitive systems is decision making, where it takes a decision on what can happen. Then the third one is what? Third one is discovery. Okay. Now that you have made a decision, you also remember this decision, and in future, whenever you are taking a new decision, you try to make sure you don't make the same mistake which you have done in past. Okay. So that is discovery. So we have this three uh, scope of cognitive solutions. One is engagement, decision making, and discovery, which we do as a human. Okay, we engage ourselves with people, we take decisions, and we try to discover new things. Okay, now moving further, we'll have to understand the difference between human and a cognitive system. So basically, a human has common sense. Okay, he will have common sense. A cognitive system will have a knowledge base. From the knowledge base, he will be getting the information. Okay, he will be grabbing the information and taking the decision. Okay, human has imagination. Cognitive system identifies the patterns from the data, right? Human will have what do you call skills like he'll have ability of compassion, abstraction, dreaming, the generalization, all these things. Coming to our cognitive system, he will have the ability to understand the natural language, process it, use machine learning, okay, eliminate the bias, okay. So all these things. Now we have seen a very little of cognitive computing system, okay, but in future we'll have cognitive systems in such a way which can what do you call, solve the complex problems. Fine. Now moving further, we'll understand the IBM's capability of cognitive computing, IBM Cloud's capability. So let us understand how IBM Cloud adapted to this cognitive world. Okay. Uh, if you have any queries, you can put just enable the chat for a while so that they can put some queries if they have anything till now regarding cognitive computing. So previously I told you, right, in the innovations, IBM Watson, the supercomputer, was developed, and it is used mostly in most of the places. So we will be discussing few things about IBM Watson. How did it grow? Okay, so originally IBM Watson, the supercomputer, it was combined with artificial intelligence. Okay, and it has a lot of analytical softwares. Okay, so which gives optimal performance. Okay, so there was a famous game named Jeopardy. Okay, so it was a question answering game. Okay, so what I mean, like, what happens in Jeopardy is you have an answer and you actually try to find out all the relevant questions related to it. Okay, so that is what is Jeopardy. So this IBM Watson, the supercomputer, could give optimal performance in that particular game. It could give good number of questions in really less time. Okay, so furthermore, it was developed in such a way that it is used in many technologies like natural language processing, image recognition. It is used in text analysis, in virtual agents, and many other things. Okay, so IBM Watson has deep content analysis, like it can understand the content to a great extent, and it has proper reasoning, evidence based reasoning. Okay, so now let us go and look at few of the examples of where IBM Watson was used. Okay, the first example is ROS. Okay, ROSS, ROS. So this is the one which helps lawyers, okay, in order to answer a lot of the legal questions, research questions. Okay, so lawyers have to deal with lot of legal records. Yes or no? Lawyers have to deal with lot of legal records, right? So whenever there is a case, they have to look into lot of records, and after they look into records, they come to a conclusion of how this can be dealt with and all. Okay, so it is a very time consuming job for them and a very tired job for them in order to look into all the records and also keep them updated with the latest amendments and changes. Okay, so ROS is the one which helps the lawyers in that. Okay, so it answers all the questions which are related to the legal records, and it keeps itself updated with the latest information about the legislations and all. Okay, so that is how it helps lawyers to get answers to the tough research questions. Okay, going further, we have Woodside oil and gas industry. Okay, so see this oil and gas industry, why is it requiring IBM Watson is, see, the extraction, the process, all the working of the industry completely is based on lot of factors. Okay, so how is the tidal energy, how is the wind energy, how are based on every single factor of the nature, the oil and gas industry works. Okay, this industry works. So it has lot of records of how and when things have to be extracted and all. Right. So it is like around 3,800 Woodside documents are available to answer those highly specific questions of, when to proceed, when not to, and all. Okay. So for to refer to 38,000 records or 40,000 records, it's not easy, right? So that's the reason Woodside has come up with this uh, solution wherein all these documents are understood by the Watson, and then it gives questions of the employee. It solves the questions of the employees whenever there is any problem. Employees approach this particular system and they get answers to their questions. Okay. So in the similar way, you have a few more examples, like it helps doctors in diagnosing, and I hope you know about the health industry, right? How is it used and all? Okay, how do you think it is used? Anybody, any idea of how it is used? See, there are, okay, I don't have the chat, no, I forgot, I'm sorry. So doctors, whenever they go to, if you just take the doctor's case, whenever you tell your symptoms, doctor give you a medicine, right? Yes or no? Doctor gives you a medicine based on what? Based on his experience of, okay, so these symptoms might be because of this disease. So let us try with this medicine. If it is not curing, then we will go with further some other medication, right? So for doctors, it's like every day, it's like a big thing. They also have to go to lot of medical records in order to. They have to keep a track of lot of medical records. Okay. I'm sorry. So this particular system will help doctors, uh, diagnose patients. Okay, wherever there is a new case, it keeps a track of all those things, and whenever required, it gives information regarding that. What similar cases, if it existed in past, how how were they used? Okay. Right. So this is how IBM Watson was used in health industries. Going further, we'll just understand what all IBM Watson can do. Okay, so we'll understand its capabilities. It has a visual recognition capabilities. Okay, where it can go understand the images. It has the conversation capability where it can communicate with the users. It can analyze the tone of a user. It can convert the text to speech outputs and speech to text outputs. Okay, so then it has understanding of documents. Okay, so it can go ahead understand the documents. Okay, it can understand the natural language. Okay, so all these capabilities we will look into one after the other, and on each day we'll be looking into one after the other. Going further, I will be talking about visual recognition now. Okay, so we will be building a visual recognition model today, right? So for that we'll try to get a little knowledge on what is visual recognition and how to work with. Okay, visual recognition is something where you try to analyze images. Okay, so now let us say we have a set of images of dogs and cats. Okay, our major aim is to make sure the machine is able to rightly classify which image is a dog image and which image is a cat image. Okay, whenever you give an image, it should be able to tell which one is a dog image and which one is a cat image. Okay, so whenever you are working with images, you have several what do we call types in it. Okay, so in an image, you can have a single object or you can have multiple objects. When you have a single object in your particular image, you have two possibilities. One is classification, the other one is classification and localization. Classification in the sense, whenever you give an image, which class it belongs to, okay, that will be told to you. Like when you give a cat image, it will say it is a cat. You can just look into this example. When you gave a cat image, it simply said it is a cat. But what happens in localization, classification plus localization? It is not only saying that this image belongs to a cat, but it is also showing the position where that particular cat is available. Okay, localizing it. This is called as a classification plus localization. It is telling you that this belongs to one class, and it is also showing in which particular place that class item is present. Right? Then going further, when you go into multiple objects, that is in an image, if you have multiple objects present, then you call something as object detection. In object detection, what happens is you have multiple images in a picture, and you try to identify all the images which are present in that particular picture, all the elements which are present in that particular picture. If you see in this particular image, you have a dog, you have a cat, you have a duck. All of them are recognized, with different bounding boxes, if you see. Okay, so dog is having a blue color bounding box, a duck is having a green color bounding box, and a cat is having the red color bounding box. Okay, so whatever object is detected, okay, uniquely though that object is given a colored bounding box where that particular element is available, and it is giving you the output. The similar way, the next one is instance segmentation, wherein which is just a little more of object detection, where it will not give the bounding box, rather it will it will give you the image in its shape. Like if you see, the dog is identified in its particular shape, okay, without any noise, okay, background noise, without any background noise. So the background image, like the the creepers which are behind, the grass which is behind, all that, excluding all that, only the dog, only the cat, only the duck is being extracted. Okay, so IBM visual recognition's capability in for instance segmenting. So we are segmenting an instance, segmenting in the sense bringing out an instance. Instance is in that particular image whatever elements are present. Okay, so getting out those elements separately in their own shapes is called as instance segmentation. Okay, okay. Now moving further, the architecture of a visual recognition system. How does it work? So what we do is we first give it some data. We give that data. We try to prepare a training set. We give all that data to the visual recognition system. Then we train the particular model. Okay, we train with that particular data. Okay, once we train the particular data, what we do is we now get a model, a trained model with our images. Okay, so that model, we give it a new image and try to view the results. Okay, so the images which you want to give it to the model, we prepare those images and we give it and we analyze it. Right, we analyze with the test set and also with the new set. That simple is the visual recognition architecture. So the terms throughout which we'll be using are data set. Data set is a collection of images in case of visual recognition, or collection of data in case of machine learning. Okay, model is something which is a tuned set of algorithms. Okay, so you have many algorithms which you work with, and you create a model. Then coming to category, category is the class to which the image belongs to. Like dog is a category, cat is a category. Okay, coming to objects is, in a particular class or a category, you will have many objects, right? So for a dog, if you consider, you have ears, eyes, nose, and all, right? So they are objects. Based on the shape of shape of an object, you decide which category it belongs to, right? So these are the four terms which we'll be using in today's session. Now coming to the models, visual recognition models, we are going to use IBM Cloud, right? In IBM Cloud, we have 4 different models which you can perform. Okay. And so in the beginning, I told you, right? Classification, classification plus localization, uh, object detection and instant segmentation. Out of this, you can perform object detection and classification in IBM Cloud. Okay. You can't perform any other operation. You can perform classification and object detection. So for those, you have few models: general model, food model, explicit model, and custom model. General model is the one which is trained on a large set of general items. Okay, the data set which is trained on large set of general items. Okay, coming to the food data set, it is trained with food items. So whenever you give a food item, it will recognize what could be the possible food item. The explicit model will contain the, it is a model which will detect inappropriate content. That is the content which should not be actually visible. Okay, if there is any such content, images, or any image which is containing inappropriate content, So those images can be classified using the explicit model. And the custom model is the model which we make all by ourselves. Okay, so it's up to us what we want in the model and all. Right? Okay, so I'll show you a demo link of visual recognition and then we'll proceed and to build our own model. Right? So just give me a second, I'll show you.
Guys, if you are talking something, it's not audible because your mic is in mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Um, so all of you just raise your hand if you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible and
Okay, great.
audible.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So what I was trying to say is, if you just see this demo, okay, I have given an image here. Okay, this image is of something related to clothing, right? So when you give an image towards its right side, if you see, it will predict the classes to which it could belong to which it could belong to. Okay, all the possible classes. And towards the right side, if you see, there is a percentage. Okay, so the probability 0.96, 0.95. So this is the probability of this image being this particular class. Okay, what does it mean is this image could be a fabric up to 96%. Okay, it could be something in gray color 95%. It's a jacket 87%. Okay, so that is how it predicts the classes. So it gave you a few classes. You just select some other image. If you see, it will change. Okay, I'll give you this link in the chat section. You can also just check that out. I can't send. Okay. You can please use this link open and you can check out giving some image which is from your local directory. How do you give image from something from your local directories? Just click on this button, okay, which says select or drag an image. Click on it, it will open your file directory, and with that you can just select the image. Okay, you can select some image and give it, right? So let us go and build a model all by ourselves. How many of you, everybody please lower your hands. All of you please lower your hands. Right. Now everybody tell me how many of you followed the prerequisites doc which we gave. Did you all create your cloud accounts and the services which were asked you to create, which were asked to create? All of you. How many of you did it? Please raise your hands. Okay, fine. So as you have all, you can all lower your hands, please. Thank you. So as you have already created the services and the cloud account, all of you just go to cloud.ibm.com. How do you open your cloud? Go to cloud.ibm.com. Just type cloud.ibm.com. I'm also giving the link in the chat. If you type cloud.ibm.com, it will redirect you to cloud.ibm.com/login. Just open and log into your account. And log in into your account. All of you logged into your accounts. Please, put your hands down, and whenever I ask a question, please raise your hands so that I can communicate with you in that way.
Gayatri, like, why don't you make them to create accounts in academic initiative accounts?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, do it from there.
Right.
They already have their college mail ID, so directly they can do it.
Okay, fine.
And ask them to download the software also. Hemant, can you help her with the link?
Yes, sure. I'm sharing that link. Right in the chat, I have shared two links. One is for the login link, like creation of your IBM academic accounts, and the other link is where the is for downloading your Watson locally. Let me share the link again.
Hemant, your voice is a bit low. Please check it once.
Now am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Guys, I have shared two links. That is, one is for the creation of your IBM academic accounts, and the other link, which is mentioned as Watson download. That is to download your Watson Studio locally. Okay. At the end of this session, I'll show the steps, how to download this, and I'll even share a video with you. Before that, let us create our academic accounts. So I hope, guys, all you are on this page, your IBM academic page.
Hemant, do you want me to stop the screen share or is it fine?
It is fine, Gayatri.
Oh, okay, done.
So, guys, if you respond, I can move further. And in order to in order to complete your project program, particular project build-a-thon program, you need to have your academic accounts for sure. It's mandatory, guys. So please, uh, create your academic accounts. Even let me do one thing. Even let me share the PDF which has the steps to create your IBM academic account. Okay, just give me a second so that I can share the steps. Yes, guys, I have even shared the steps of creating your IBM accounts PDF. Now, the people who are on this, yeah, these are the below mentioned steps. These are the steps to create your IBM account. Okay. So for initial, let me show, guys. Let me do one thing. You just share your, sorry, stop your screen and let me share the screen because I hope you don't have your ID, right? Just give a second, guys, so that I can share. I can show you the practical. I hope my screen is visible, guys. Gayatri, is my screen visible? Yeah.
Yes, Hemant, it is visible.
Okay. So I hope all the participants are on this page, right? So once you're on this page, you have an option called register now, right? Just click on this register now button. Then you will be redirected to this particular page. Okay. Here you have to give your institutional mail ID. Okay. So to the people who don't have their institutional mail ID, they can request us for the SmartInternz mail ID. We'll issue the SmartInternz mail ID. For that, I am sharing a link. Okay, a link where you can request us for the SmartInternz mail ID. And for the people who have their academic institution IDs, that is the email IDs provided by your colleges, you can use here that particular ID. Okay. For the students who don't have their institutional mail IDs, can request us for the SmartInternz mail IDs by filling the form below. Okay. So I'm just sharing you a form link where you can fill that particular form and get your SmartInternz ID. Okay. So yeah, guys, I have shared the link of the form in the chat. Uh, so you can get the link from there. Okay. So now I'll show you the steps how to do it. Okay. So this is my SmartInternz ID. Like you have to enter your particular institutional mail ID. Okay. So then click on submit. Okay. Once you click on the submit, the email ID will be taken by itself. Here you have to give your name. Okay. And you have to set a password for it, and then click on continue. Okay. So to the mail ID which you have mentioned there, you will be receiving an 7-digit code which is valid for 30 minutes. Okay. Before this 30 minutes, you have to you have to enter that verification token which is being sent to your SmartInternz mail ID. Okay. So I'll be stopping the share for a second. Okay.
Did you all create your academic initiative accounts, people?
Uh, here, for the people who will use the SmartInternz mail IDs, you will get a clear instructions with a particular link where to log in and log out. Okay. So there, what you have to do. So here, I have given my SmartInternz mail ID, right? So I have to enter my SmartInternz mail ID over here uh, as follows. Like how I do the same procedure you have to do there. Okay. Okay. And the password will be assigned to you. So you have to make use of the same particular password. Just click on the login. So what happens? You know, we get our 7-digit code to the mail ID which we have assigned. Okay. I hope my voice is audible to you, right? Here you can see that we have got our 7-digit verification code, right? Just copy this verification code and paste it over here in this field. Okay. And then click on continue and accept all this. So you can see a message here that my IBM academic account is registered. We have few more steps. Once we are done with that, I'll hand over the session to Gayatri. Okay. Okay. So now in the other page, just go back to your cloud.ibm.com and just click on the enter. You can see here my SmartInternz mail ID, which I have given for the creation has been recognized account. Just click on create account. Guys, are you following? Are you done till here? Or should I wait? Okay. Now just give the password which you have set and just click on login. So this is the page. This is the dashboard of our IBM Cloud. Okay. So here, what we have to do, we'll apply a small promo code. Now, from where we get this promo code? Okay. Go back to your IBM Academic Initiative page. Okay. Just scroll it. You'll find an option called IBM Cloud. Okay. Just click on Learn More, and then scroll a bit. Then you have an option called Software. Okay. Just click on the software, and your second option, that is IBM Cloud Feature Code. Okay. In this, you have an option called Request Feature Code. Just click on this Request Feature Code. You will be provided an feature code. Okay. So this is where you will request, you will get your feature code, guys. I hope there's any problem with this. So when you click on this feature code, when you click on this feature code generally, you'll get an feature code. Okay. Now I'll show you for the time being way to apply this feature code. Okay. In this manage section, you'll have account section. Go to your account section. In this, you have account settings, right? Just go to your account settings and then just scroll it down. You can see here your account will be a light account before applying the feature codes. Okay, so you have an option called subscriptions and feature codes, right? Under this, you have option called apply code. Just click on this apply code and give your feature code. Whatever the feature code is there, is generated in your IBM Academic page. Just copy that feature code and apply it here. Okay, I'll just show you the example. Just for example, some uh, XML type feature code I have taken, and this I'm clicking on apply. Okay, once it gets applied, your account will be changed to trial account. Okay, where the difference is something like, you'll get here memory of how much is there. It is only just 256 MB, right? After you apply your promo code, you will be getting 8 GB or 2 GB of your space. Okay, for sometimes it gives 8 GB, sometimes it gives 2 GB, but 2 GB is for sure. Okay, so next, what is the advantage? The other advantage is where you can access for the courses free, for the free, and you can download the software. Okay. So now what we'll be doing is I'll be sharing a small link. If you in the chat, let me share the link. Oh, sorry, I have already shared the link there, right? That is like what can download. Okay. Just navigate when you click on that given particular link, you will be navigated to this page. Okay, let me do it again for you. can see here, you will be navigated to this particular page, okay, data science page. Just scroll it down. Under the software section, you will find Watson Studio desktop version. Okay, just click on download, and guys, you have to for sure you have to download this. Okay. I'll share a video with you guys. I hope there is a server down problem. So I'll share a video with you how to download this Watson Studio, and even I'll do one thing. I'll share the steps also in a PDF format. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the steps how to create your IBM academic accounts, right? So I'm opening the chat for you guys. If you have any if you have any doubts, you can ask related to your IBM creation of related to your IBM academic creation, account creations, and downloading your Watson desktop application. Yeah, given the permission for the participants to interact with me if you have any queries related to your account creation of IBM, related to your IBM creation. Where do we get the code? Ankit, you get the code in your IBM academic account page. Like when you create your IBM academic account, and when you get redirected back, you'll be redirected to this particular page. Okay. So just scroll down. You'll have a software option. Just click on your software option, and on your right side, you can find the IBM Cloud feature code option. Okay. There under that, you will have an option called request for feature code. Okay. You get that is to get your feature code. Yep, if the core package is stuck at 60%, it really requires a high network. You can just relaunch your application till it gets 100%. Actually, no, it is not reserved for all the people. This form is given for the people who don't have their academic mail IDs, so that we can generate SmartInternz mail IDs for them to so that they can create their academic accounts. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll repeat the steps. Okay, where you have to apply your feature codes. Okay. So whenever you log in into your IBM Cloud account, you will be landed to this page. This page is nothing but your dashboard. Okay. Under this manage section, you will find an option called accounts. Just click on this accounts. Then once the page is loaded, on to your left side, you'll have an option called account settings. Just click on this account settings, and then you can find an option called subscription and future codes. Okay. There, just click on this apply to code and paste your code here. Whatever the code you have got, just apply it here. Just paste it here and click on apply. I hope I'm clear. Darika, I am just giving you my mail ID privately, so you can mail me your name, your year, your college name, and your college mail ID. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll repeat the steps from where you generate your feature codes. Okay. See guys, once you log in, like once you create your account, that is like once you submit your email IDs, okay, and just give your verification code, and then you need to click on proceed button. Okay, once you click on your proceed button, you will be redirected to a page where you can see like the page where you so that means you can see the page where I am. Okay, so this page is where you will be redirected. Okay, just scroll the page. You will have an basically it will be on this resources. Okay, you need to click on the software, and then on your right you have an option called request feature code. When you click on this request feature code, the feature code will be generated. Okay, mine it is not getting generated, but others will be generated. Okay, so if people you are getting some the error like me, you can try after some time after this session. For sure it will get. Okay. So I request all the people to follow the instructions given in the PDF to to create your IBM academic account, where it has how to generate your feature code, how to apply your feature code, way to apply your feature code, and all. Okay. So I'm sharing the link again. So please receive the link. Uh, Linux, the IBM servers are very good. Okay, there's nothing problem. Sometimes due to heavy usage, there might be. Okay, just try after some time. We'll get like in your case, you have to do it until you get your 100%. And guys, I'm stopping the chat because I can see many are unrelevant charts here. I request every participant in this meet to maintain the decorum. Okay. If someone is not maintaining the decorum, we are sorry, we have to remove you from the meet. Please maintain the decorum. So, Gayatri, I hope you are good to go. I'm done with the steps, whatever I want to tell. Let me check with Gayatri. Is she there?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Gayatri, I'm done with the steps which I want to show. And
Yeah,
now
sure.
we are good to go.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Hemant. So people.
And, for your information, I have stopped the chat again. Okay.
Okay, thank you. But I think I will require the chat, Hemant, because I have to communicate whether they have built the models or not, right?
Yeah, you can on, but I can see many unrelevant messages, which may disturb us.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Leave it. Let me see how well it goes. Okay, I hope my voice is not breaking, right?
Yeah, you are fine.
Okay. So people, quickly, I request you to create Watson Studio service and visual recognition service in your IBM cloud accounts. Okay, we shared you the steps yesterday, right? So please follow those steps and create those two services quickly. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. You can create those services. Once all of you are done creating the Watson Studio, please raise your hands and so that I can understand that you have all created. Okay. So please raise your hands if you have created the Watson Studio and the visual recognition services. Both the services. Make it quick. So we'll start the session in 5 minutes. I see many still did not create these two services. Please quickly create these two services. Watson Studio and visual recognition. People who are done creating Watson Studio and visual recognition, please go ahead and create Node-RED, steps of which are shared to you yesterday. Please go ahead and create Node-RED, steps of which were shared with you yesterday. I am not doing it now because I've already created the services, and if a lot of us start creating the services now, the service might go down and service creations might fail. Okay, so that's the reason I'm asking you people to do it. People, only if you have these two services, we can proceed with today's session. So I request all of you to create these two services, Watson Studio and visual recognition for now. Okay, all the other services you can create it after the session, but these two services create it right now. Okay. Hoping that you have all created Watson Studio and visual recognition services, we will proceed further. I hope there is no disturbance in my voice and is clear. You can all put your hands down, lower your hands, and in future, whenever I ask any other question, you can just raise your hands again. Right? Thank you very much. So everybody, this is your IBM Cloud, and the page which you are on is called a dashboard. I hope everybody is on a page which look something like this. Are you all on this page, which looks something like this? So this is called a dashboard, where you find all the services which you have already created. Okay, the instances which you have already created. And I hope you all went to catalog, right, to create the service. So catalog is a place where you have all the services which are available by in IBM Cloud. Okay, so when you can just click on catalog, search for the service which you want. Okay, search for the service which you want, and just open the service and click on create. Okay, to create an instance of it. When you click on this IBM Cloud button, from wherever whichever page you are, you will be redirected to your dashboard. Okay, so if you have created Watson Studio and Visual Recognition Service, you will find the services available under Service tab. Okay, if you just click on Services, everybody click on Services, and you will find the service names here. Okay, you will find all the service names here, right? Open Watson Studio. Everybody click on Watson Studio and open Watson Studio. Please don't click on the image which is there, the small logo kind of thing. Click on the name. You will get a hyperlink kind of thing when you hover. Click on Watson Studio. Right? I hope everybody is on this page. Please, everybody, lower your hands because I can ask you questions only if all the hands are lowered. Okay. So please, all of you, once your answer is done and once I shift to the next question, before that, you please lower your hands whenever I say. Okay. So please, all of you, lower your hands. From this page, everybody click on Get Started. Click on Get Started. Everybody click on Get Started. Now, if on the top you'll be able to see Create a Project button. Click on Create a Project. We are going to create a project on this particular Watson Studio. Okay, so just click on Create a Project. Everybody click on Create a Project. Now, select Create an Empty Project. Select Create an Empty Project. All of you, please lower your hands. I hope you are all on this page. Here, just give a name to your project. Give some name to your project. Give some name to your project. And for you people, here storage will not get associated. Is it associated? Hemant, please enable the chat because I'll understand on which page they are only if I interact with them. Okay. Okay, so where are you people? See, all of you, once you have created the service, I hope everybody created the service, right? At least that till that part, everybody is done. Yes, 1 second, 1 second. Cool. Now, everybody open Watson Studio. Okay. So here, click on Get Started. Click on Get Started. Click on Get Started. Okay. On the top in this particular page, okay, where it says Welcome, okay, on this page you will have Create a Project on the top. Create a project on the top. Okay. Click on Create a Project. Click on Create a Project. Please use Watson Studio. Okay. Click on Create a Project. Select Create an Empty Project. Raj Krishna, please try it later. About the installation of Node-RED, please try it later. Don't do it now because I told you, right, when the traffic is more, you can't create few services properly. Please try it after the session. Okay. Give a name to your project here. Give some name to your project. Okay. So for all of you, here it will say the storage is not associated. So select a storage. Bottom you will have a black color button saying add. Right? All of you having add button. Yeah, blue or black, whatever. Click on that add button. Click on add. Now is it taking you to the cost page? Is it taking you to the cloud object storage space page? In that particular button, check if the region is London and the plan selected is light plan, and then click on create. Check if the region is London and the plan is light plan. Click on create. Did you all do it? Region, make it as London. Make the region as London. People, on my screen, you will not be able to see it. Okay. Here, Dallas or London is fine. Okay. Here you will have add button. Click on add. When you click on add, you will be redirected to one page. Okay. In that particular page, if it is showing global, make it as global. You are getting that create button, right? Oh my God. See, just give me a minute. 1 second. One second, I'll show you. I'll show you the region part also. Just a second. Okay. See, you need not open it from here. Okay. This you will, this is the page to which you will be redirected. Okay. After you, go from, like when you click on add, this is the page which you will be redirected. Yes. See, if you are getting this warning, it means that you have already created the instance. Okay. In light plan, you can have only one service. Okay. I have already created, so it got associated for me. If you see, okay, the service got associated. Okay, but for you, if it is not getting, okay, click on delete. Okay, click on delete. Let me delete and show you. Just wait for a while, people. You people don't do anything. Okay, so I'm trying to delete this, but I have no idea whether it will get created again or not. Once after, for others for whom you can give the region as London or Dallas, you can directly go and click on create. Okay, but if anybody else who is facing issues like the region is global, go ahead. If you are able to see the create button, click on it if it is activated. Okay, anybody whose region is US, please try to change it. You will have a drop down. Just click on that. You will find a drop down. Select the region there. Okay. So see, when the traffic is more, these are the problems which you face. That's the reason I avoid deleting things. Okay. So once you create it, if you just go back to the previous page and click on refresh, no region is showing. It means that, yeah, it's okay. Continue, Divyansh. If no region is showing, Judge Krishna, please check if you already have the storage. If you already have the cloud object storage, it says the light account should have only one. That's the reason. Okay, you don't have, but still it's not stored. If do you get the blue color create button? Are you able to get the blue color create button? Yeah, click on it. When I click on create project, okay, select create an empty project, give a name to your project. 1 second. When you click on create, is it again coming back to your add storage page? The page of project creation where you gave the project name here like this. On this page, now refresh this page. Okay, you will have this refresh button. Click on refresh. So see, this is how it will be. Okay, click on add. So I select the planning. Okay, so name is also like that. Now I click on create. Okay, for me also it's not asking the region. So now if you just go back, it got created. Simply just click on refresh. Simply just click on refresh. Okay, now it gets added, associated. Yes, leave it is whatever it is, leave it. Okay, give the name to your project. Give a name to your project and click on create. Your project should get created. All of you done? Did you all create the project? Yes, I told you right. If many of us start creating at a time, it will be a load to the server and it will happen slowly. That's the reason I asked you to create the services before the session. So after the session, all of you please follow the PDF and please create all the other services which were listed in those PDFs. Okay, so that this time will not get wasted. Okay, steps are simple. Along with the screenshots, they are attached in the PDF. Please just check those steps and create the services beforehand. Okay, I hope everybody is on this page. Okay, so this is your project page where you can view the overview of your project. Okay, so who are all the collaborators, how many bytes have been used? Okay, Shivani, I think they are sent to you yesterday. Okay, fine. right? So the collaborator, whoever is there, how many bytes have been used in your project. So all these things will be shown here. Okay, so if you just go to assets, you will find all your assets. Okay, what do you mean by assets is, assets are all your files, your project files, model files, your data files, whatever are there, they go under assets. Fine, right? So okay, the PDF link I will share you at the end of the session. Yes, at the end of the session, I'll share the PDF link. I did not make a drive link for it. Okay, so I'll share the link by the end of the session. Just give me some time. Let us finish the work now, right? So here, when you just go to assets, if you see, you don't have anything now. Okay, we have to create a project now. I mean, like create a model now of what we have to create a machine learning model, right? All of you, I'm making it very clear. Don't worry. I will share you the PDF towards the end of the session. Don't worry, right? I'll have to make a link for it. Putting all the PDFs, I'll share the link with you, right? Just give some time. We'll share it with you, right? Now, all of you, do you have a add to project button on the top? Click on add to project. Click on add to project. And you will get a pop-up of this kind. Okay, so we are going to work with visual recognition. So just click on visual recognition model. Click on visual recognition model. Everybody able to see something like this associate service pop-up? Sorry. Now here, click, you have here, right, a blue color here button here. Just click on it. To provision a new service, just click here. Okay, what here is there, right? Just click on it and you will find the services here like this. Did you create visual recognition service, Devansh? See, how, let it be any services. Don't check with the services. Okay, let it be any number of services, but see if you are getting visual recognition. Just see if you are getting visual recognition. If you have created visual recognition service, you will get this. Did you already create the visual recognition? People, you did not create any other services. Okay, so let me just change. You will have only few services. Okay, you did not create all the services, I know. You will have visual recognition at least. Please change the region here in whichever region you have created. Visual recognition is created in Dallas. So please just select Dallas. You will find visual recognition service. Okay. Just next to it, do you get a checkbox? Okay, a box kind of thing. Are you able to see? Just click on that box. All of you are able to see visual recognition. Just click on the checkbox. Just click on this checkbox. Are you all able to click on the checkbox? Okay. Now on the top, are you able to see associate project? On the top, are you able to see associate project? Associate to project? Yes, associate service. See, people. Okay, 1 second. Just wait for a second. All of you, are you able to see visual recognition? First, confirm me that. Are you all able to see visual recognition? My screen is not visible. Okay, just give me a minute. Now is it visible? Somebody is saying it is not visible. Okay, great. If it is visible, then fine. People, if you are not able to view my screen, please check with your internet connection. All of you, please click on the checkbox. Please click on the checkbox. Okay. On the top, you will find associate service in blue color. Please click on it. Please click on it. And you will be on this page. All of you on this page with me. Ayush, please check if you have created visual recognition service. If you have created, then please change the location and check. If you are not getting visual recognition, it means that you did not create the service. If you have created the service from the, what do we call? From the location filter, please select all the locations and see if you are able to see visual recognition. Are you all on this page now? See, we were discussing about few models, right? While I was explaining about the theory, we were discussing about the model. General model, food model, and explicit model. Okay, these three models are the pre-built models which are already trained and are available for testing. Okay, let us go and try to test this one. Okay, so just click on test button which is on the which is below. Just click on test. Just click on test, everybody. Okay, so here this is the model ID. Okay, if you want to use this particular model, you can use this model ID. If you just go to the test tab here on the top, okay, I will just download an image. 1 second. Okay, I'll download a bottle image. Let us download one image and check. Okay, I'm downloading this image and let us see what is the output which we get. Okay. Right, I have downloaded one image. Now I go back to our project, and here under test, if you see, it is asking me to browse, right? What I'm simply doing is I'm dragging and dropping this particular image in that section. Okay. Now if you see, it says it is a bottle in green color, 98%. Then it is a toiletry, some toiletry, 83%. It's some perfume, 82%. Okay. So like that, it gave us some options. Okay. So this is how the general model works. Okay. In the general model, you give an image and it classifies it into some of the categories. Got it, everybody? This one is clear. In similar manner, the food model and the explicit model work. Somebody is shouting outside. I'm sorry, for which I can't do anything. Okay. So are you all able to get this? Right. Now, okay. People, if it is saying an error occurred or it is taking a lot of time for loading, it is because of internet. Okay, it is just because of internet. There is no other problem. Okay. So it will take a little time, but you will get the results. So what I suggest is please note down the steps. Okay, please note down the steps and try to follow it later. Ma'am, it is not showing the test option. It will take a little time. Okay, so please don't worry. You can give any kind of images to it and it will. Which link you want, Pratik? People, if you are facing any errors, don't worry. Okay, so this video is will be made available to you people for access. So after the session, please go through the video once more. Okay, and then please try to check with wherever you are stuck. Okay, because if I started from the beginning again, it will take a lot of time, right? So we have made a general model, which is a pre-built model. Now let us try to go back and create our own custom model. Okay, let us try to create our own custom model. We will just train the model, put our models for training today. Tomorrow we'll proceed further. Okay, if you cooperate 10 more minutes, if you don't, it will take a long time. So I will give you an URL, okay, for the data set. Please use that particular URL. People, I have pasted a URL in the chat. Okay, I have pasted a URL in the chat box. Okay, everybody, please just open the chat box. I mean, like, open that link and download this particular data set. I have given the link in the chat box. Please open that link and download the data set, all of you. Yes, Sairam, I did not understand what you asked me for. Which PDF you want? Which PDF you are asking me for? If you have to delete an instance, please click on, people just wait for 2 minutes. Please click on IBM Cloud. If you have to delete any service, please click on IBM Cloud, which is on the top, which will redirect you to the dashboard. Okay, on the dashboard, just go to the service whichever you want. Like if I have to delete, if I just go to services, I'll find all my services. Okay, so just hover on the service. Towards the right, you will get 3 dots. Click on these 3 dots. Okay, click on these 3 dots and you will have the delete option. So you can delete in this way, right? Now, everybody go to your, what do we call? Visual recognition page where you tested your general model. Okay, now go back, click on my project. Go back, click on my project and go back. Okay, now let us go and build a custom model. Okay, how do we build a custom model is, again, just click on add to project and say visual recognition. Select visual recognition model. Click on add to project and select visual recognition model. Okay, here you have custom model, right? Create custom models. You have classify images and detect objects. Do you want me to say again? everybody just click on my project. Click on my project. Okay, which will lead you onto your assets page, the previous page. Okay, please click on add to project here. Click on visual recognition model. Click on add to project and click on visual recognition model, and you will have two custom model things: classify images and detect objects. We don't now we are not going to deal with detect objects. We are going to deal with classify images. So everybody click on create model for under classify image. Click on create model under classify images. Right? All of you done till here? Now once we are done on this page, see what we have to do is we have to add our images. We have to add our images and we have to, okay, I'll wait for a minute. Please let me know if you are all on this page, people. I'll continue then. It's very simple, people. Please click on add to project, select visual recognition model, and then you will have what do we call custom models. Under that you will have classify images. Click on create model for classify images. When you click on create model for classify images, you will be redirected onto this page. Now that you are done till here, we have to add images. Okay, we have to add images, right? So to make the model understand the images, what we have to do is we have to add images. We have downloaded a zip file now, right? Please just open that zip file folder wherever you have downloaded it. Okay. Once you extract that particular zip file, inside that you will have two folders. Inside that particular zip file, you will have two folders. Okay. Like this, cat and dog. Okay. So extract these two things out, zip them separately. Extract these two folders out, cat and dog folders out. Okay. Extract them out and zip them separately. Okay. Zip the cat folder separately and the dog folder separately. Just select the folder, click on send to, and click on compressed zip folder. Select the folder, right click on it, click on send to, and click on compressed zip folder. Right? See, you have your zip folder here, right? You have downloaded your zip folder. Right click on the zip folder and extract it with whatever you have. Okay. Like if you have 7-zip, just click on it and click on extract folder. Okay, extract files. Okay. So it will give you a pop-up. Just say, okay, this will extract, right? So your folder got extracting. Whatever you have, if you have a RAR extension, just please, like if you have WinZip, whatever you have, please extract it with that. Okay, once you have extracted, you will find inside the folders, you will have two. Okay, inside the folder, there is one more folder, get into it, and inside that you'll have cat and dog, two different folders. Just right click on them and zip them. Okay, right click on them, click on send to and say compressed zip folder. Right? The same way, do it for the dog. So you should be able to get two zip folders like this, cat zip folder and the dog zip folder. All of you done till here? Now what we'll do is click on this, just go back to your visual recognition. Yeah, I'm waiting. Please make it quick, people. People, I'm repeating again. Please download the zip folder. Once you have downloaded, extract the zip folder. Inside that zip folder, you will find two folders saying cat and dog. The cat folder will have 20 cat images. The dog folder will have 20 dog images. Please zip the cat folder separately, dog folder separately. Done? Once you are done till here, come back to your visual recognition page and click on Browse. Click on Browse. Go to the folder where you have cat and dog zip folders. Okay. Go to the folder where you have cat and dog zip folder and select the cat zip folder and the dog zip folder. Click on Open. What will Watson do is it will take the zip folders, unzip the zip folders, okay, add all these images to your project, name the name each folder with its folder name. Like it has extracted all the cat images and named this particular set as cat. Extracted all the dog images and named the set as dog. Okay. After you have zipped them separately, please click on Browse. It should be .zip. Okay, please click on Browse. People, I'm telling you, if you see here, to add files to your project and model, drop .jpg, .png or .zip file. It should be only .zip file in order to upload. While you are extracting, use any of things. But if you are uploading, you have to only follow these things. Okay. So with this, what will happen is the images will get loaded, okay, into your project like this. Once the images are loaded, click on train model. If you want, you can change the name of the model also. I'm making it as cat and dog, and click on train model. Click on train model. So this will start the training. It will take around 10 to 15 minutes for the training to complete. So just wait until the training completes. Okay, we will proceed further with the next steps tomorrow. If you have any questions still here, you can ask me. Yeah, after loading is done, only then please click on train model. Okay. People, I will tell you the steps again. Okay, so just listen to me once more. Okay. Yes, the model will be auto-saved after training, so need not to worry. People, I'm not able to open the project. It is not loading. It is taking a lot of time. Everybody, please click on add to project. Okay. After you click on add to project, you will find visual recognition. Click on visual recognition. Okay. And you will find this page. Click on create a model and you have to upload it there. Okay. So for that, okay. For that, what you will do is you will use the zip folder which I have given. Okay. Just open the zip folder in your own directory. Okay. Wherever you have downloaded. Extract the zip folder. When you extract the zip folder, you will get a folder like this. Double click on it. You will have another folder inside. Just double click on it. You will have two folders inside, cat and dog. Okay. Zip the cat folder separately by selecting it, right clicking on it and clicking on send to compressed zip folder. Okay. Similar way, do it for dog. So you'll find two zip folders which got created with .zip extension. Okay. Yes. Okay. After this is done, go to your model. Okay. Click on browse. Go to your model. Click on browse. Select these two zip folders. Select Raj Krishna, why do you want to cancel and re-upload? Any problem? So click on browse. Okay. When you click on browse, select the zip folders which you have just created and click on open. Okay. So this will create, after a while it will create two classes, cat and dog with 20 images each. Okay. People, it is taking a lot of time to upload because, what do we call? The internet is used mostly for Zoom. Okay, so after the session, try to upload. Once the images are uploaded, just click on train model. That's it. Okay. That model will get trained and it will get saved. I'll tell you how to use that model and all in the next session. I'm done from my end. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can leave the session. It will take around 10 to 15 minutes in order to completely train the model. Yes, Somnash Srivastava. Please check your mails. I think you should have received, but anyhow, I'm sharing it again also, the files which I have shared yesterday. Just give me 2 minutes. I will share you the drive link. People, if you are getting any error, it is just because of the internet. Please try after the session, you will get it. Yes, you can train anything, but Raj Krishna, you can't have many models at a time, okay? So you can have only 2 models. So after that, you have to delete the previous models which you have created for free. I'm sharing the documents, people. Just 1 second, okay? People, you can ignore the account creation steps mentioned in that particular PDF, okay? Because we are using the academic initiative account, you need not create the account once again. You can use, everybody, you can, I have shared the link in the chat box for the drive where I have uploaded the PDF. You can go ahead and check out. If training the model is giving you some errors, please after the session, log out, wait for some time, and please create the account, train the model once again. Administration will get adjusted by Wednesday so that I can do this project. Yes, Dharika, you can do with your personal ID for now. The training period you can use. But once after the institution email ID is, I mean, like once you are done, you have to create the academic initiative account and proceed. Aditya, what's the error you're facing? What's the error you got? Annie, that's what I'm telling you. After the session, please try to, send it. What do you mean? What I mean? Try to train it. Okay, you will get it. Okay. If you have any queries, how do you communicate? Yes, recordings, you will get it. Don't worry. What's the error, Raj Krishna? What's your question? If training is complete, please wait till tomorrow. Yes, it is sufficient, Raj Krishna. Nothing, you need not purchase anything. It is sufficient for students. A recorded link, either it will be sent to your emails or you can actually view it on YouTube. If none of these things work, I will put the link also in the drive itself. Please keep that drive with you, drive link with you, all of you. It is already in the YouTube, you can check it out. Archit, I did not understand what you meant. This is the dataset link. 1 second. This is the dataset link. I've shared it in the chat box. You can just Amber, don't worry. Tomorrow we'll discuss on what to do after the training finishes. Amol, ma'am, why isn't working on IBM Watson Studio desktop? I did not actually check with Watson Studio desktop. I will let you know about it. Okay. Raj Krishna, I told you, until unless your internet is proper, you will not get it. Okay, Zoom consumes a lot of internet. After the session, please try it again. If you are getting any errors while training, please, after the session, log out of your account, log in again. Okay, you under your assets tab, you will find the model which you have just added images for. Go open it and then click on train. Okay. If your internet speed is high but still you are not able to get it, is because of the traffic. All of us are trying to use the Watson Studio at a time in the same location. That's the reason it is not able to serve everybody. Okay, so please try later after some time. No problem. Shivani, I'll let you know the projects which you will be working after the training session. Let's first finish the training session. It will be whatever you are learning during this training session, projects will be related to this stuff only. Okay. Internal server error, it is server error because internet is not proper. That is, our traffic is more. Okay. So please try it in low traffic hours. People, please don't ask the same question again and again. I'm telling you, it is just because of internet or because as we are all using at a time. So please just wait for a while and check it. Okay, it will happen. Try it in the what do we call, non-traffic hours. Okay. Nitin, no, you can also upload JPG, PNG files, but what you have to do is you have to explicitly give the class names. Okay, so you have to create the classes, add images to classes. So process is a little big. That's the reason I prefer downloading the images, putting them into folders, zipping them and putting it. Okay, it is an easy process compared to manually labeling it. You can do manual labeling also, no problem. It will not accept a folder of JPG. Okay, once you open the folder, it will ask you to select an image from that folder, but you can't directly put the folder, upload the folder. Folder can be uploaded only in zip format. Archit, you did not finish it now. Once the training is done, tomorrow you will be able to, you'll be creating the UI. There are many more things which you will be doing. Okay. We are trying to use the service from cloud and we are trying to create it. Okay. Amber, you should tell me what you learned. Okay. I can't tell you what you learned, right? I gave you a lot of lecture. So it's you who have to tell me what is your takeaway from it. Yes, Karan, you can. Thank you very much. We have wantedly disabled it, Rohan. I don't think it is anyway needed, right? If you are done, if you don't have any other questions, you can leave the session. Thank you very much. Okay, Amber, so that's what I taught you, right? So what's the point of you asking me that question? Thank you very much, Yashdeep. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you, Nitin. Rakesh, as I said again, you are getting error while training just because the internet is not sufficient or the traffic is more. Please try again after the session. If you are still not getting it, let me know.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gayatri. I hope the session is done right.
Yeah, I'm done with the session.
So I guess we can close off now.
Okay, done.
Thank you all for your time. Yeah. Shall I end it, Gayatri?
Yes, Hemant, you can. Thank you.
Thank you.